Competing on behalf of Salt Lake Figure Skating in Salt Lake City, Utah, please welcome Nathan Chen.
Next up, we have 10-year-old Nathan Chen, representing the Salt Lake Figure Skating Club. Yesterday skated to Kung Fu Panda. Today, the leader after the short program will be skating to Peter and the Wolf.
I was born in Salt Lake City, and the 2002 Olympics were held in Salt Lake City. And I think just growing up in the atmosphere of an Olympic city definitely gave me the perspective of what it means to be an elite athlete.
People that know Nathan say he's the hardest working 10-year-old they have ever known.
Truthfully, you know, there wasn't much of a deeper meaning behind that. I wanted something that would be able to, you know, take up some time outside of school and something that I enjoyed. And it really just came from a love of the sport, just being able to spend time on the ice, be able to, you know, have a sport that I can share with my family, with my friends. And then I ended up, you know, really doing well in that sport, and it just took me many, many places. I think that I discovered that I was fairly talented at skating while I was, I guess, decently young. Most of the people that I was skating around with didn't have the ability to do some of the jumps that I was able to do when I was a kid. And that allowed me to basically within my state win a lot of competitions. But not until I was maybe 16 and starting to land the elements that I do now was I really like, okay, maybe this is a way for me to make it to the Olympics, make it to the big stage of figure skating. Because up until then, I didn't really think that I was really fit to be highly competitive amongst elite figure skaters. But I think knowing that I was capable of landing the jumps helped me build confidence, knowing that I could then put myself in the stage of competing, even thinking about competing with the top of the top, like the Patrick Chans or the Yuzu Hanyus. And so it was, you know, totally unimaginable for me to be able to compete against them. But as soon as I got those quads, I then recognized, okay, now I have the ability to be able to somewhat compete against them, although I have a lot of things to work on. But just having that confidence then allowed me to focus on the things that maybe I wasn't so good at, which then, you know, in a sense changed my training to target the things that I needed to work on to be able to match what they were doing. But I think having that definitely gave me the confidence to know that I, you know, had the potential to belong. I think that I've accomplished quite a lot in skating already, and I'm, again, proud of what I've done, but there's always room for growth, there's always room for improvement. But I think that the one thing that I'm not fully satisfied with is with the way that I performed at the Olympics. And I would love just another shot at going to the Olympics to be able to sort of redeem myself in the short program at the very least, and, you know, maintain what I did in the long program. Medals aside, you know, of course, I think all athletes are going there to try to accomplish a medal, but a lot of that is out of the athlete's control. And so if that's, you know, the one focus, I think that tends to draw people from what they can do themselves, and that draws from fulfillment and being satisfied with the event. So as much as I can right now, you know, put myself in the position to make another Olympic team, and, you know, just do the best that I can at that competition.
And from Salt Lake City, Utah, Nathan Chen.